Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Hey everybody, I wanted to check back in again. As promised, I am ramping up the content. So this is the second time, I think this is the second recording I'm doing this week. So I'm ramping up the content because this hit me a few days ago and I've been sitting on it and I'm like, you know what, I want to do a recording for this one as well. This was a post that was put up by stylist Jay Bolin, and that's his name on social media, on Instagram. Trust me, this guy, he is so great. He is a faith-based celebrity stylist, and he doesn't only style celebrities, he also styles the everyday person as well, but he works pretty heavily in the gospel faith-based community, and he is just awesome. And he did a post the other day, and the post is called "Market Yourself Out of Poverty." So let me just read you his post, and then I'll kind of, give you my thoughts about it. His post said, "So many times I hear entrepreneurs say how they struggle with getting ahead. We are known for fighting our way out of poverty one gig at a time. Many times most entrepreneurs feel that they don't have this or that due to something or someone else not providing an essential part of what their business is lacking. Let me be the first to say that minding your business is easier said than done, but it boils down to you. You are your moneymaker. I literally had to market myself out of poverty. No one told me who I was. I couldn't wait for my community to help me. I had to label myself. It was one of the best things that I could have ever done. My advice to entrepreneurs is to set your own path for your own destiny and be willing to tap into your inner go-getter." I love that line. Let me say that again. My advice to any entrepreneur is to set your own path to your destiny and be willing to tap into your inner go-getter. You become the expert in what you are lacking and then use it to promote yourself. That way, the atmosphere around you will be forced to catch up to your pace. I gotta tell you, this post gave me so much life, okay? This post spoke to me because I think he posted this maybe 3 or 4 days ago. And I'm telling you, it spoke to me because when you start a new year, January 1st, everybody's gung-ho. Everybody's, on the health kick. Everybody's gonna do great things in business and we're ramped up. All of January. We're still going strong in February, but somewhere at the end of February, going into the beginning of March, every year, and I hear other entrepreneurs say this as well, it just starts to die down. That hype, that energy, all of that stuff starts to die down, and then we lose the momentum, and I've kind of been feeling that way this year. I just think it had a lot to do with last year. 2018 was a pretty rough year. A lot of different changes in my business. In my family, we lost my father last year. So it was really a very emotional roller coaster last year. So I was pretty much ready for 2018 to end, So when it came around to 2019, I was feeling great. January was great. Coming off the holidays was really good. Spending time with my family and everything in New York. It was wonderful. And the momentum was there, but I just started losing steam somewhere in the middle of February, like right after Valentine's Day. I just started losing steam. And it especially has been just dragging in the past week, this first week of March. So when I read this post a few days ago, it just it just hit me. I'm like, you know what? I am not putting myself out there the way that I should. And for folks that may not really know, yes, I'm a very personable type of individual. When I get into a setting, I'm definitely, milling around and talking to everybody and all of that. But I'm actually kind of an introvert. And that was another post that I saw, as a matter of fact, from Mo over at Mael Organics. The CEO, Mo, posted something about being an introvert and saying how it can actually be great for your business because you work on all these little projects for yourself. I do work well in groups. I do work very well with other people. But if I had a choice, I love being assigned a task and a project if I'm working in a group and doing that project and getting that piece of the project done. Like, I love that. So me being an entrepreneur really works for me because I constantly, every day, it's a different task and a project that I have to assign myself, for my different clients and wherever they are, in their business. So I am a bit of an introvert, so I have to really come up with creative ways to market myself, creative ways to bring money in, and what Jay Bolin said, he's like, entrepreneurs are definitely known for, going from gig to gig. You have to, cultivate your own dollars. You have to constantly find ways to link up with other brands and create alliances and networking and all of that to keep your business, flowing and healthy and thriving, And one way that I do that is having a few events a year where I can network, and that often turns into somebody becoming a client, somebody needing a website, somebody, whatever the case may be, somebody needing my consultations, business consultations. So I have always had to come up with creative ways to put my business out to the masses, and we cannot be scared to do so. We have to keep our businesses at the forefront. We have to, let people know that, look, this is what I do for a living. If you are an entrepreneur, you need to talk about your business like how the 9-to-5 crowd talks about their 9-to-5 jobs. Because this is essentially your 9-to-5 job, and you should treat it that way. Just because I work for myself doesn't mean I get up at, 11, 12 o'clock. No, I'm up at like 5 a.m. I'm probably doing more work now for my own business than I did when I was working in the 9-to-5 job, almost 10 years ago, So this really, I gotta thank Jay Bolin for posting this, because it was very timely and it came at a time when I really needed that push. So I tell you, I get so much inspiration from a lot of people, and he is probably I would say he's probably in my top 3, or at least my top 5 of the folks that I follow on social media. Definitely an inspiration. So don't be afraid to market yourself. Be authentic. That's another thing. Authenticity is everything. Don't try to manufacture, like the fake content, or let me see what the latest trend is and let's do that. Keep it authentic. If I can't identify with it, if I can't connect with whatever that going trend is that's happening out there, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to post about it. Don't just post about something because everybody else is posting about it. Post things that you can truly connect to, that you can speak intelligently on. If I don't connect with it and I can't speak intelligently on it, I'm not going to post it. Because I don't really go with the flow of the crowd. I'm kind of that fish that swims the opposite direction, you know what I mean? And I carve my own path. I've always been that way. And I doubt that's going to change. So don't be afraid to market yourself. Don't be afraid to campaign for your own, company. as an entrepreneur and be honest, be gracious, and be authentic. That's all I have for you guys this week. I will be back next week. I've got my weekend event, so I will do a recap of the 5th annual Blackberry Naturals brunch that is happening this weekend. If you guys, we still have, I think, 6 or 7 tickets left. If you are a female entrepreneur and you would like to join us, if you are a 9-to-5er entrepreneur and you have a bestie friend that you want to bring with you, feel free to join us. The tickets will be shutting down tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Okay, so the tickets will be shutting down tomorrow afternoon, March 8th, 2019 at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you go to www.blackberrynaturals with an S at the end, blackberry like the fruit, naturals with an S at the end, .com, you can be able to grab some tickets. And like I said, I think we've got about 6 or 7 tickets left. So for the ladies who have already bought their tickets, and I know they listen to my podcast, I look forward to seeing you in a couple of days, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.